Hello there, I am the Manx Pleb, and today I have some new things to show you in automation, because yesterday the open beta was released. So now I get to show you guys the build I've been testing for the past month or so. So yeah, the menu hasn't changed much except for the sounds. I think there's now new music and stuff. But one thing we notice when we click on this, a beautiful, very beautiful new UI. And also you can see here new car, revised car and delete car, which is the new structure of designing cars. It's only temporary, that it will be changed, but for this build at the moment it's a new car. So you don't get platforms, I don't think, you don't get models anymore. So, but yeah, so this is the open beta build, which I'll be previewing now, showing you around a few new things. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Create a new car. Also, the reason why I have my face cam on and stuff like this is because I'm actually streaming this live to, well, people who want to watch this live. So if you're watching on YouTube, hello, you're going to be watching a cut-out, edited version of the live stream. Right, let's go ahead and... In fact, I know what kind of car I'm going to make, because there's a certain new car body that I want to show you, which is mid-engine, so you already get sort of a good guess as to what kind of body it is, since I'm choosing carbon fibre and double wishbone. Four-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive, sorry, and carbon fibre again, because we're going all out to make a monster. And big version, which is very pretty, or little version, which is smaller but still very pretty. I think we'll go small version. So yeah, this is one of, I think, 4 new bodies. I'm probably wrong, but it's just a guess. There's been a few new bodies added anyway, so again, this is sort of, well, our mid-engine modern supercar body. So yeah, I'll just play around with it a bit. You can actually morph this one quite a lot compared to some of the other bodies. So, you know, you can move that right out there if you wanted and made some sort of, looks a bit like a shoe, I guess. But I'll keep it like this. Keep in mind this is still in beta, so they may or may not be a couple of bugs still, because this isn't actually like completely polished yet. So, anyway, let's see. Yep, good enough. We'll keep it red actually. Fixtures. So unfortunately there isn't any new fixtures, but again that doesn't really matter because you can still do a ton of very cool things with these fixtures, so I'm just going to try and be sort of quick. Also my game isn't running very quickly, which is a shame, but that's my laptop for you. It's a bit of a dinosaur, I guess. Whoa, that wasn't supposed to happen. Actually, no, I'm not liking those headlights. Should I just use these and just to sort of, yeah, keep them like that, just because it's annoying having my computer running so slowly. Nah, I don't want a boring square grill. We need some of this. That reminds me of a Vauxhall VX220 actually, that grill, now that I think about it. Make it big, and then let's see what else I can do. Sorry, I keep looking at the chat. Trying to think what matches this shape. See, I could sort of, if I resize that, it looks alright, but again it's taking forever to update for like all the parts to render and everything. Here we go. Sorry, I'm being a perfectionist. I like to have it in a perfect place. We need to put a badge on so people know that it's an amazing pleb design. I always use that badge. Perfect. Should I add those? Yeah, might as well actually. Keep those vents on and then add... Oh, somebody beeped outside. Perfect. Right, that's the front done. No, it's not. We need to put some mad-ass bonnet scoop, if I can find them. Should we have those? Should we have that, I mean? Whoa, nope. Don't really like that. Let's just have this. No, actually, I'm not going to have anything there. It makes it look very ugly. Also, since this body is mid-engined, the vents, if you put vents sort of behind the door, they actually work as cooling, which means you can actually put vents here now and they have a purpose and they work, which helps. Oh wait, I don't actually think that provided any cooling. Let's see if I put this one here. Oh no, it does work. It just comes up saying cooling fixture 0.0, so I guess that might be a bug. In which case, somebody watching this stream may want to go and report it and get some brownie points and praise and, you know. Right, I'll keep them as that. Oh, we forgot door handles. Where's the door handles? I'm completely blind. There they are. What door handle can we use? I have an idea. Oh, come on. Right, if I do this. There we go, you can actually open it a very strange way. Actually, would that work? Maybe it can be a version of like gull-wing doors or something, I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm sticking with it. And then at the back, I actually quite like the back of this car, how it kind of slopes down. The thing is though, there's not many tail lights that fit the shape of the back, and I don't want to do the thing where you put a vent in and fill it with LEDs because that takes far too long and I really can't be bothered. So I'm going to pick these, I think they're Mitsubishi Lancer taillights. Or at least that's what I think they are, because I saw a Evo, I think 8, and it had these exact taillights. Anyway, I'll just flop them on there without really any care. Look at that, it matches the line going up of the taillights, which, well, is a good thing. And I also realised that the automation music has now stopped playing. So it'll be pretty quiet, I imagine. Evo 8/9. Yep, thank you. Wow, what was I going to do? I need to put exhausts on, that's one thing. I've got to have exhausts. Pop them quite high up. You know what, I actually quite like that sort of staying as it is, like simplistic. Maybe I'll just add some vents. Not much, just 2. Perfect. In fact, see, I don't want to add too much, then it might become ugly, but I mean, maybe having 2 like that. Yeah, I like that. Yep, they are the clear version of what I put on there. But for some reason I just decided to go with these normal ones. Anyway, that, I would say, is a pretty, well, decent-ish looking car. It's just mainly to show off one of the new bodies in the game. And I think I'll save it. In fact, no, I'll go through the whole process so I can show you actually the new UI and how it works. So yeah, I haven't actually talked anything about this new UI. So basically, you navigate through everything through this bottom menu. So this part, you know, you do the chassis and all, like suspension and everything. Also drive type, I think, was that there in the last build? That might have been in the trim, in the part after the engine. I don't know. And then here you pick your body and colour and then do all the morphing and shaping it out. And then here's the fixtures. And also here there would have been, in one of the earlier closed beta builds, you could save your platform here, like, you know how you have separate platforms and models. But that's out the window now, so we go straight on into the engine designer. Seamless, isn't it? It's brilliant. And obviously we need a flat plane V8 made out of aluminium silicon, and obviously the engine bay isn't very big. Wow. Okay, it's really not very big. So I can fit sort of... Whoa. Okay, that shouldn't really happen, should it? In fact, it might be because I have longitudinal. Maybe I should try transverse. And then go back in and see. Or is that even smaller now? Well, that's not good. I guess we've got to have a micro turbocharged engine. Well, a little engine with a big race car turbo. The engine bay for the smaller bit. Yeah, I thought that. Right. Oh, it's made it... Ugh, I hate that. You make it a perfect size for it being just be able to fit in, and then you select the crank material, and bam, it's too small again. Or too big, sorry. Oh, crap. Right, let's see. Make it the biggest possible by using the stroke, which means it probably won't rev as high as I'd like it to. Unless I make a very, very small engine, and then just have a bigger bore instead of stroke, which means I can make it rev very high. Which I might change afterwards. Right. I don't imagine... Wait. Well, if I fit a massive turbo on it, it will be quite torquey, won't it? I might change to titanium if the engine blows up and hits me in the face. And lightweight forged. Yeah. Bump up the quality a bit since we're going all out on this. Well, I say all out, but we've only got a little 1 point something litre. Don't need 5 valves. And aluminium silicon. We don't need VVL, but we might try a little bit of VVT just for no reason. Oh, wait a minute, it has to be orange. Wait, I'm changing the style, not the colour. Oh, missed it. Perfect. Right, turbocharger, obviously, because otherwise this is going to have 0 power. Yeah, we would need some... I'll try performance turbo to start off with, and no, not carburetor. Give me direct injected monstrous power. Good. No, we need performance intake. I do like the design of the engines in this game, they look quite cool. And super unleaded, so we can have very advanced ignition timing. Do I need dual exhaust? No, we want this beast to be loud, we don't need bypass valves. I think that'll be big enough. We don't need cat converters or mufflers. I don't care for that stuff. The squirrels can die. Oh my god, the engine actually worked. With 144 horsepower. Maybe this can just be like a Lotus Elise competitor or something. Maybe I should try a race turbo. Look at that, that's actually not too bad. So, I might make this rev like insanely high, maybe like 9,000, and it works. And the reliability is very good. In fact, I haven't told you any of the changes in this because I'm getting too distracted with making a gargling beast, which is what I always name my engines for YouTube. So, one thing, and I think maybe the only thing that's changed in the engine designer, besides the UI, is MTBF is now reliability, so it's kind of like, it reduces confusion and it's, sorry, I'm getting distracted so easily here. So yeah, MTBF is now reliability, so it kind of reduces confusion, and it's kind of like a sort of universal unit that everyone uses. And 66.6 is actually a pretty good stat for reliability. So, right, one thing I want to do, because I think the sounds have been slightly revamped and stuff with the engines, so I'm going to see how this sounds while it's revving very high. Yes, sounds rather nice. handle 10,000. Also, if the stream is laggy, which people are saying, well, someone says no lag, my upload speed is pretty dreadful. It's, at the best of times, it's 1 megabyte a second. Wow, the sound's a bit jumpy. My laptop is pretty much a piece of crap, to be honest. God, that still works pretty well. Wow, that torque peak. Right, I'm not going to have it as high as 10,000. 9.5. Right, so that's our brilliant 1.2 litre turbo. I'll just save it. Oh, never mind. It was the turbo lag, or engine is laggy. I thought the stream was laggy, never mind. I took a while fiddling with the settings and everything to make sure that it wasn't laggy. So anyway, we're going to slap this engine into our mid-engine beast. And... oh, not automatic, what am I doing? Double clutch gearbox, for no reason. Don't need 7 speed, we'll just have 6, and turn down the spacing to make it sporty. In fact... should I make it go all the way to 60? Oh wait, I'm in kilometers an hour, aren't I? I'll make it go all the way to 100 kilometers an hour in first gear. For no reason. And... let's see... perfect. Right, sports, compound road, wow. Why can't I see any of my car? That's better. Right. Wow, those rims are tiny. Yeah, so there's also new sound effects for when you change the wheels, which is pretty cool. Right. Big 18 inches. Good enough. Yeah, 1.3 litre was the smallest that could fit into my engine, so 3 piston brakes is not really going to be going fast enough to require very decent brakes. God, I wonder what's maximum size of brake I can have. Wow, yep, we're having very unnecessarily huge brakes. Go away, right. And, I'm not very good at downforce, to be honest. Brake airflow. In fact, I can have full brake airflow. Not that I'll need it, and I'm not sure about all of this. In fact, they've added units now to cooling airflow and downforce and all that kind of thing. Because in the previous closed beta build, which was 406 or something like that, there was no units. It was just sort of a downforce slider telling you nothing. Right, 2 seats. Let's see, super light with little sound insulation because you want to hear the engine. You don't want to block it out. Basic entertainment. I don't think you'll need launch control in a car like this. Right, standard safety. Who needs to be safe? And a sporty suspension. Oh yeah, this is another new thing. I keep missing little parts out. Suspension easy mode, which is pretty much suspension presets. So if you want your car to be comfortable, you pick comfort, and then it changes settings for you. That's basically, you can use that if you're not very good at suspensions, which I'm not, so I'm just going to pick sport and continue on. In fact, I'm going to turn down the ride height a little bit, having it slammed. And then we click start, so it no longer tests as well automatically. You have to click start to get all your amazing stats. Jack goes here, hello. Wow, I made you a moderator ages ago. Alright, we've got our stats. Reliability is very good. I'm surprised by that. Total cost is £32,000, or dollars I mean. And I know why that is, it's because I picked carbon fibre. So I think I'll change panel material to polymer, then we can test again. Wow, my game's running very slowly, and also I spy a little bug with the chassis, which I've actually already seen before, posted by somebody. Well, got some quirky little intercooler piping or something coming through the chassis. Well, we'll go with it. As I said, it's still open beta, so some bugs will be here. And yep, I've got my fridge doors, as somebody said in the chat. Right, so now the new costs is $26,000, which I think is still a little bit high for sort of a Lotus Elise competitor. I can't say that word. So maybe I'll change to green aluminium. And then we go for another test. I'm not going to spend too much time refining this. I'm just wanting to get a decent cost out of it. Seems like Jack is abusing his moderator powers. Right, oh, that's much better. So it now costs $12,000. And let's see what else there is. Tameness 58, that's pretty good. So good tameness sportiness ratio. Not very comfortable, but it's okay because it's a driver's car. And it's safe-ish, and it's got good prestige, and it's very light. Well, light enough, I'd say. So, we also need to view the detailed stats, because this now looks very pretty with the new UI. Well, pretty-ish, some things are still missing. So, again, I don't really read any of these tameness factors or any of these really in-depth detailed stats. Yeah, so, you know, you can read them if you like. No, you can't, because I'm going to head over to the test track, which also is very new, because we have control input, so you can actually see how much braking the person is doing, or accelerating. There's a G meter, which I don't think works entirely as planned. It might do. What else? So the speed and the revs, or whatever it is, yeah, rev meter, I guess, is now on the top. And there's still nothing for telemetry. Track stats is pretty much still the same. And then you still have all these graphs, which I'm not too sure what they actually mean. I don't know if that's good for the yaw rate. Maybe somebody can tell me in the chat. Alright, I can barely even read the chat anyway because I've got my mic wire is actually in the way of most of it. Right, so let's go to the airfield track because I can base the times in real life off of this more easily. And let's start it. I think the sounds in the test track are now a little bit different as well. You can get squeaking brakes and tyre squeal. So I'll shut up for a second so you can hear that. I've been complimented on my stream on Facebook, thank you. In fact, I'm going to shut up and also... Whoa, that was a bit of a glitch. I'll just let you look at this for a minute. The settings I have for automation is I've got the quality on medium and I have everything else unticked except I think for anti-aliasing, which I might want to turn off because my sound is very laggy. You might want to make the first gear a bit shorter. Right, I'm getting all sorts of advice here. First gear a little bit shorter. Whoops. See, I didn't realise I had it completely down for spacing. Right, well I guess I'll have spacing on 10. Also somebody said my cost isn't actually that high. I would think, well, I want to really sell it for, you know, surprisingly cheap because then, well, I don't know, people will be surprised at how cheap it is, I guess. So, it's creating negative downforce, which I don't think is much of a problem because the downforce isn't more than the weight of the car. What else? Oh, it's good cornering. Well, I'm happy with the cornering at least. Alright, more gearing advice. Second gear should top out at a little more than 100. Is that to get the fastest 0 to 100 time, I guess? Right. just kind of estimate where the peak power is on this line, which I think I'd say it was about that. Let's see how this affects it. Right. Oh, that's actually affected it quite well, because I've got much better economy, a little bit more prestige, quite a bit more sportiness, and the tameness only went down ever so slightly. What else can I do? In fact, I know that having about +2 quality on tyres and brakes should help a lot. Maybe that can reduce the oversteer. If it would hurry up. Right. Okay, so for about $300 we've increased everything except for safety. So I'd say that was a win. And I didn't actually look at what the time of the test track was, and it's not there. Well, looky you, we get to restart the test track run again. Eventually. Bear with me and my crappy little laptop. Wow. Okay, so the time was 1:19.6, which I'm very happy with. I didn't think it would actually get around that quick. I thought it would be... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not 1:19. It's 1:29. Well, it's quicker. Quite a bit quicker, in fact. Over 3 seconds fast to 0 to 100. Right, well, I guess the advice I've taken from the viewers is quite good, or has helped me, so 1:29.6 I don't think is actually very good, despite what Conan says. But hey, it was just mainly to preview how the new UI works and all this kind of thing, so this factory button obviously doesn't work yet because that's for the Tycoon part. But anyway, I'm going to... what should I name this? I'm going to do what a different streamer did in his stream today, is I'm going to let the viewers actually name this car. I know I'm kind of copying the stream that I saw the other day, but only because I'm not very good at naming cars and I normally use Google Translate. In fact, no, I'll call it Oliver, because I wanted a car to be called Oliver. I've just put a space between them, haven't I? Right, it's being called Oliver, no matter what the viewers say, it's Oliver. And now we can close this and show you the other rather big new thing, and that is car designer scenarios, which I have done all of these many times in the closed beta, so I'm probably going to know how to do this quite well. Not to brag. So we're just going to go ahead and do this tutorial scenario. So basically it's exactly like the engine designer scenarios, except you design the full car. So you kind of have more choices to make, and that means more things to go wrong, in my case. So I forgot to read the description, but what I know is it's a post-World War II car, and it basically has to be quite comfortable, and it has to work. So first strut. Should have put some... Yep, it's Oliver Cotton. Thank you, Tom. Semi-trailing arm, yep, that's a pretty good average suspension. Right. This is also, I think, a new body. A very, very old, sort of, kind of luxurious sedan, very curvy. Also, since this body was first introduced in the closed beta, there was actually no chrome around the windows, so I actually think that looks very nice. And we also have a little thing there, a little lump. My car is getting smallpox, it has a small lump. Anyway, I'm not going to spend any time morphing the body, but it has to be British Racing Green because it's old. And every old car I make has to be British Racing Green. Are we going to mess with the car's looks, or am I just going to put a grille on it? I might just put a grille on it. If you like it, then you should have put a grille on it. No. Disregard that. Right, you know what, I'll put some headlights on, at least then it means the front looks slightly car-like. And it's gotta be chrome. Wow, that looks a bit special. Good enough, let's continue. Straight through to the engine designer. And shall I go inline 6? Yes, because I'm not going to make a big engine. But inline 6 helps with smoothness, which helps with comfort, which will help my score, hopefully. In fact, I'm going to make the smallest engine I can, well, ish, because I only need... Oh, there used to be a power limit for this scenario. You used to need to have at least 15 kilowatts. But I guess they've took that off, so I can actually make an extremely small engine. Direct acting. God, I can't keep up with this chat because I'm doing things and then looking over and I find a few new messages that relate to things I've already done. We have a new viewer, hello. This stream's going quite well actually, I don't normally have this many viewers, which is a bit sad. And what have I done, he says. I've made a very happy bug-like looking car, and you will like it. You must like it. Right, let's see. Very crappy single car with regular fuel. In fact, we have regular fuel, so I don't want to be risky with the fuel timing or whatever. Cast log? Oh wait. Yeah, I'll go for cast log actually. Oh, it's broken. Should have known. Wow. 106.1. Why did I turn up the compression? Oh, right. I got the compression mixed up with the cam profile. I think. Right. Well, it already has 21 horsepower and it's still knocking. Right. Compression further down. Right, that's decent. The economy. Maybe I should turn down cam profile. Also turn down fuel mixture. In fact, now I'm pretty sure my engine will start knocking. Yeah. Not much though. Right, that's decent, I'm going to stick with that. If there was real horses in this game, I would much rather have it pulled by horses than stick an engine this this powerless in here. Do we have 2 gears or 3? Now we're going to stick with 2, the lowest of the low. Right. So, this will have a very good 0 to 100 time, considering it only just makes it to 100. Perfect, right. Yeah, I do know one thing, and it's that a very small, or making the engine as small as possible in this scenario actually helps the score. That's the kind of knowledge you get from doing this scenario like 10 times. So I guess the tyre width bug is still here. Yep. Very big wheel diameter, so we get more comfortable passengers. We don't want them to liken this ride to sitting on rocks. Wow, it's the same with the rim size as well. Right, I'm going to keep it at that before we find any more bugs. And very comfortable brakes, and, well, I guess I'll keep the brake size as they are. Wow. Riveting conversation about horses, and horses, what I'm assuming farting is what he means by emissions. Wow. Right. Yes, we will have 0 cooling and they can all blow up when they get into it now. I'm assuming we won't need brake airflow, so that can actually go down. Oops, I whacked my hand off the table. Right, downforce can go away, we don't need downforce. Look at how aerodynamically shaped it already is. It's like a bullet. Anyway, does it need 5 seats? No. Nah, they can deal with 4. We comfort more than 15, so that's actually not very much. So if I just turn up the sound insulation a little bit and then have no entertainment, hopefully it'll work. And the safety quality doesn't work because safety isn't a limit. Right, back to the suspension presets. Very big off-road ride height, I think. I know that helps slightly. And we wait for the results. Hopefully I succeeded first time. If not, then I'm ashamed because I really should have succeeded. There we go. Not very well, but hey, we got silver. Good enough. So yeah, that's also a little sneak peek of car designer scenarios. There is much better scenarios than this one. This was just the very first one, which I picked because I'm lazy. But there's, well, as you can see, scenarios ranging from tutorial to hard. In fact, I thought iCar was, well, that used to be brutal difficulty. I guess it's made slightly easier now. There's also one called Veylon 1200 BS. I don't know if BS means bullshit, because it says, again, your boss has fallen for the BS coming out of the marketing department, so I'm guessing, yeah, it is bullshit. Anyway, anything else new that I can show you? I don't think there is. So, in terms of YouTube, so not in terms of the stream, I think I'm going to end the episode here. So, I've lost my words, what am I going to say? If you enjoy this video, feel free to give it a like, it lets me know that you enjoy what I'm doing. And subscribe, nope, I'm getting this wrong now, because I have people watching. Tell me what you thought in the comment parade down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I've been the Max Pleb.